I welcome you all to my class. I'm Miss Vandana Gupta, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. See, uh, we are doing Unit 2 Interest and Annuity, which is the part of Section 1 Mathematics. And we have seen what is simple interest. We have also solved problems on simple interest. We have seen what is compound interest. And there's some problems on simple interest as well as on compound interest we have solved in the last few lectures. Today, we are going to start with the concept of present value and future value. See here, when you put some amount in the banks, okay, and say after 1 year, you get your amount with some interest. So that amount which you get after your maturity period is always more than the amount which you have kept in the bank as a principal, correct? Why? Because you are getting the interest on that. So that amount which you are going to get after 1 year or 2 year, whatever is your period, that is called as a future value. And the amount which you have kept today, that is called as a present value. So only the one which we used to call it as principal, now we are going to call it as a present value. And one, the accumulated value, that means the amount which you will receive after certain period, that is you are going to get in future. So that accumulated amount is called as a future value. So the formula for future value, of rupees P. P is the present value, is given by A is the future value, P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n, where R is the rate of interest, N is the number of time period. So actually, basically, the same accumulated value, we are now calling it as a future value. What is the formula for present value? Present value of rupees A. A is the amount which you are going to get after your maturity period. So what is its worth today? Okay. So that means you have to find out the value of P. So the value of P will be A divided by 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. So this is the present value of the amount A, or uh, the future value of A. And A is the future value of the value P. Okay. So now on the basis of this, we are going to solve some problems. So this formula we have obtained from this only. If you want P, instead of calling it as principal, we are calling it as a present value. If you want P, you have to shift this term to the other side. So it will divide. So that is how we are getting A divided by 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. Now let us solve some simple problems. Find the future value of rupees 20,000 after 4 years if the compound interest rate is 10% per annum. So you are given the future value after 4 years, that is 20,000. Find the future value of rupees 20,000. So this is the present value. You have to find out its future value. What will be its future value after 4 years? So what is given to you here? You are given the present value. Present value, that is P, is given to you as 20,000. Okay. And you have to find out its future value after 4 years. So N is 4 and R is 10. Future value you have to calculate. Future value of rupees 20,000 is given by, what is your formula for future value? It is denoted by A. It is P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. Put the values. P is 20,000. R is 10. And N is 4. So what will you get? 20,000 1 plus 10 upon 100 is 0.1 raised to power 4. So it is 20,000, 1.1 raised to power 4. So if you calculate this, 1.1 raised to power 4 is 1.4641. If you multiply it by 20,000, you will get 29,282. So the future value of 20,000 is 29,282 after 4 years. Let us go to the next problem now. So you can see here that the future value is more than the present value. Second question. Ms. Shah promised to give Ms. Desai rupees 3,66,025 after 4 years. If the rate of interest is 10% per annum, what is its present worth? See, in this question, this Ms. Shah promised to pay this much amount after 4 years. So this is the future value. Okay, you have to find out what is the present value of this. Okay, so here n is 4, r is 10, and you have to find out the present value of rupees 3,66,025. So this is your future value, correct? So present value of this is given by, what is your formula for the present value? P is equal to A divided by 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n, which is equal to 3,66,025 divided by 1 plus R is again 10 here. So 1 plus 10 upon 100 raised to power 4. So 3,66,025 divided by 1.1 raised to power 4. 3,66,025. 1.1 raised to power 4. I think in the previous problem only we have calculated 1.4641. So this is 1.4641. When you divide 3,66,025 by 1.4641, you will get 25 divided by 1.4641. That gives you 2,50,000. So you can see that the present value of 3,66,025 is 2,50,000. It is, see, the present value is less than this. So always see that we remember that present value is always less than the future value. Okay. So these are two simple problems I have taken here. Now let us look at this question. Mr. Rohit has to pay a company rupees 5,000, rupees 6,000 and rupees 7,000 at the end of 1, 2 and 3 years respectively. He offers to settle the payments now itself. How much will he have to pay now with the rate of compounding at 12% per annum? Look at in this problem, what is given to you. I will try to explain you with the help of one diagram. See, this is the present situation, means it is today. Okay, this is year starts and this is the first year ends here. Here second year ends. and this is the third year. Okay, so these are the time year. First year starts from here, ends here. Then second year starts and ends here. And then the third year starts and ends here. Okay. Now Mr. Rohit has to pay company rupees 5,000 at the end of 1 year. So he has to pay 5,000 rupees here at the end of 1 year. And 6,000 rupees at the end of second year. And 7,000 at the end of third year. Okay. This is what is the situation. So this is here our year starts. Okay, 5,000, 6,000 and 7,000. Okay, he offers to settle the payments now itself. This all these amounts he wants to pay today itself. How much will he have to pay now with a rate of compounding at 12% per annum? So this 5,000 rupees which he was supposed to pay at the end of 1 year, if he wants to pay now, what he will have to do? Find out the present value of 5,000. Okay, so find the present value of 5,000. What is 5,000 which he was supposed to pay at the end of 1 year? What is its present worth? So we will find out the present value of 5,000. Similarly, rupees 6,000 which he was supposed to pay at the end of second year, and if he wants to settle today itself, how much amount he will have to pay now? So we will find out the present value of 6,000. Of 6,000. And then we will find out the present value of 7,000. Present value of 7,000. And then we will add all these present values. So what we will do? We are going to add all these, then we will add all these present values. All these present values. Okay, I hope you have understood. See, this person Rohit has to pay company 5,000 at the end of 1 year, 6,000 at the end of 2 years, second year, and 7,000 at the end of third year. He offers to settle the payments today itself, now itself. So he wants to settle everything today. So how much amount he will have to pay now? Okay. So we will find out the present value of 5,000, present value of 6,000, and present value of 7,000, and add them. See, normally students, they get confused and they say that today he will have to pay 5 plus 6 plus 7. That means that is 18,000 rupees today, but this is wrong. Okay, because you have to, he is settling the payment today, so he is saving on the interest. So you have to find out the present one. Okay, so let us find out the present value of 5,000, 6,000 and 7,000. So first one, present value of rupees 5,000. The formula to calculate the present value is A divided by 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. A is 5,000. You have to find out the present value of 5,000. 1 plus R is how much? 12%. Okay, and this, for this 5,000, n will be 1 because he was paying for after 1 year and now he is paying. So n is equal to 1. So 1 plus 12 upon 100 raised to power 1. So this will be 5,000 divided by 1.12. Okay, so this much amount you will have to, this is the present value of rupees 5,000. So 5,000 divided by 1.12 is equal to 4,464.29. This is the present value of rupees 5,000. Now let us find out what is the present value of rupees 6,000. is what? A upon 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. So A is 6000 divided by 1 plus R is 12. 12 upon 100 raised to power n here is 2. So it is 6000 divided by 1.12 square. See, for 6000 rupees, which he was supposed to pay at the end of 2 years, and he is paying now. So n is 2. Okay. So 6000 rupees. There was some connection issue. So now again I'm back now. So 6000 divided by 1.12 square. That gives you how much? That is equal to 1.2544, which is equal to, so 6000 divided by 1.2544 will give you 4783.16. So this is the present value of rupees 6000. Okay, 4783.16. Now let us find out the present value of 7000. Wait a minute. Let me find out here itself. I'm writing because there is not much space here, so I'm writing here. Present value of rupees 7000. It will be what? 7000 divided by 1.12 raised to power 3. Okay, so it is 7000 divided by, because for 7000 the period is 3 years, so n is 3. Okay, so it is 1.12 raised to power 3. That gives you 1.404928. Okay, 1.404928. And when you divide 7000 by 1.404928, you are going to get 4982.46. So we have found out the present value of all the threes, for 5000, for 6000, and for 7000. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to add all these present values. So the present value of 5000, it was so the total is, add all the present worth. Therefore, total of all the present values that is equal to 4464.29 plus, for 6000 it is 4783.16, and for 7000 it is 4982.46. Okay, so add all this. So you will get, after you add all these things, you will get 14,229.91. Okay, so this much amount he will have to pay now. Look at here. So instead of paying 5000, 6000, and 7000 at the end of first, second, and third year, if he wants to settle today, So how much amount after adding all these present values, how much amount he is getting? 14,229.91. See, it is much lesser 18,000, less than 18,000. So that means the present worth is always less than the future value. Okay. Now let us see the next problem, in which instead of paying the amounts today, he is paying at the end of 3 years. I hope you have understood this. Let us see the second question. A person is supposed to pay a company rupees 5,000, 6,000 and 7,000 at the end of 1, 2 and 3 years respectively. He asks the company if he can settle the payments by directly paying a lump sum amount at the end of 3 years. The company puts a condition that he should pay a compound interest at 12% per annum. What amount he will have to pay at the end of 3 years? Look at what is the situation here. Say, first year, second year and third year. Okay, this is first year, second year and this is third year. He has to pay rupees 5,000 at the end of 1 year, 6,000 at the end of second year and 7,000 at the end of third year, like before, like previous problem. And the rate of interest is also 12%. But he asked the company that if he can settle the payments by directly paying a lump sum amount at the end of 3 years. Means he wants to pay everything here. In the previous problem, everything he wanted to pay today at the present one. Now in this question, he wants to pay everything at the end of 3 years. So how much amount he will have to pay? So what we will have to do? We will have to find out the future value of 5,000, future value of 6,000 at the end of 3 years, and 7,000 anyways he is paying at the end of third year. So you don't have to find out future value for this. And then add all these things. Add. Okay. So you will get the amount which he is supposed to pay at the end of 3 years. Rate of interest is 12%. So let us find out the future value of 5,000, 6,000 and 7,000. So first one, future value of rupees 5,000. What is the formula for future value? It is amount